Hey everybody, it is Thursday morning technically still, so I'm heading out and getting back into my sourcing after that 3-day boss up and list virtual listing party, which I think went super awesome. If you weren't on the live show yesterday or you haven't watched that video, we had at a minimum about 80 people participating. I'm guessing it's probably closer to 100, but I think awesome for the first time around. And we are going to start doing those every week on Wednesdays. So if you're not in the Boss Facebook group, which is linked down below, you should definitely be joining that group just so that you can be more fully involved in the listing parties. We're going to be doing them every Wednesday. They're going to be an all-day event with a 1-hour live show in the middle every Wednesday. And I'm always going to have different guests. This next week, it's going to be Lorna, our friend Lorna, who's going to be coming down from Washington for a sourcing trip. We're gonna have some other videos next week because we are going to be going out. I'm going to take her on my sourcing route a couple of times next week, and then on Wednesday when we do the live show during the listing party, we'll actually do it as a haul video so we can show you guys some of the cool stuff that we get and show you what you can do sourcing, going on a sourcing trip, going to another state, another city to do some sourcing and see what Lorna can pick up. But yeah, I had 9 packages going out today. It was pretty awesome. It was about 560, 570 altogether, and with an average sale price of about $62, which is a little higher than what my normal average is, but that's just for one day. Now that's definitely a big day for me. I average probably more around like $300 days, but anything over, I want to always hit at least 300 if I can. I don't always. If I can get over 300, I'm stoked about it, and being able to do over 500 is awesome. About 450 of that was eBay. I did sell a t-shirt on Etsy for 100. I really need to be like posting. I haven't like put anything new on Etsy in like a really long time, and it's super dumb of me because I sell things on Etsy really well. Like the kind of stuff that I get, a lot of it, the vintage stuff, sells really well. You know, I like doing everything myself. I might hire somebody, pay somebody to just do some cross-listing for me, cross-posting, and get more stuff on Etsy, because I just don't have time to do it. But whenever I have stuff on there, like, it sells really well. So I did 100 on Etsy, so yeah, about 560, 570, I can't remember the exact number is. If you're following me on @KatieZilverberg on Instagram, that's where I'm really posting, like, numbers and stuff like that, so you guys can kind of see, follow me and see what my numbers are. I'll try to do that regularly, and putting stuff up like my return rates and my numbers, gross and net and stuff like that, so you get a better picture of what kind of seller I am. And I am really focused on bringing my average sale price up and working on that. So right now I am kind of fluctuating between like $50 and $60 per item sale price. I really like, I don't like the hardcore grind hustle of trying to put up, you know, up to 50 listings a day, shipping out 20, 50 items a day. Like, to me, that's just, it's not fun. For some people that works, for me it doesn't. I like the average sale price going up. It's a lot of work, but you know, I started selling, my first sale was in December of 2015. I got to where I was able to bring in a full-time income by the fall of 2016, just before fourth quarter started, and that's when I really started paying attention to my average sale price. I'd say September of 2016, I was doing around $25 average sale price. Once I was really paying attention to that, and I was bringing in a full-time income. And so in about 19 months, I've gone from $25 average sale price up to over 60, or not, sorry, between 50 and 60. And so I've really focused on that. I think that it's doable. You know, I understand that this comes easier for some people than others, but you can do it. So it just depends on what your model is for selling, how you want to do it. But that's what I'm doing. And so I'm here today to start hitting up my savers. I want to do at least 4 of them again today. I like to do at least 4. I think I've got luck on my side. I am wearing my Burrito shirt with the side of guacamole and a little bit of, oh, what is that stuff called? See, I had like an awesome joke and then I messed it up. Oh, it's pico de gato and guacamole. All right, anyway, guys, I'm gonna see if I can find some cool stuff today, and maybe I'll find another awesome shirt for myself. You never know, luck could be on my side, but let's see what we can find. Guys, rev it up. Jordan's bar mitzvah 2017. Apparently at Jordan's bar mitzvah, everybody got hoodies. because we got a couple of them here for Jordan's bar mitzvah. I think this is pretty funny. It's too bad it's not vintage. It's 2017, wouldn't sell that. If this was vintage, I'd be all over it. Hilarious. Okay, am I going to pick this up to wear myself at Christmas time? Yes, I am. Is Victoria gonna roll her eyes when she sees it and dread the day I wear it? Yes, she is. Score. Alright, here's one of these vintage tags that I like to see. The jerseys, made in the US. Single stitch. But, like, this is the only graphic on it. On the move. I don't even know what that is. It's not the brand. Who knows? There's nothing on the back. So I will pass. But, when I see that tag, it always jumps out at me. I know it's vintage and I'm going to take a closer look. Bummer, it's nothing I want to get. Okay, so I see something like this and I get a little excited at first. We got a Kansas City Chiefs. It's like a Christmas sweater. It looks awesome, right? And then I look at it and on the tag, it actually says, sorry if I can get in here. It actually says 2015. Okay, so it's not like vintage or anything, but still like a cool sweater. But then the price is $13.49. Okay, I'm getting 25% off today, but still. Almost $14 for this. So then I looked up the comps, and the thing is, there's new ones up and they're $30. So am I gonna pay 10 bucks to sell for less than 30 for a used sweater? Yeah, pass. This place is hopping today. I have got a ton of stuff. T-shirts, a little bit of everything. I'll see you guys back out in the car and I will let you know what's up. I'm back in the car and it went pretty well in there. Now it's Thursday, so it's 25% off day. I ended up I got 27 items. I spent $129.27. That's after tax. That's with my 25% off discount. So, I mean, I think that's pretty good. I got a lot of t-shirts, but 27, I mean, I haven't gotten 27 things at one store in a while now. I got a lot of t-shirts, a lot of different things, a lot of like bread and butter stuff, which for me is anything, you know, like t-shirts. I'm hoping you're gonna sell for $25 to $30, you know, sweatshirts and stuff like that. I didn't get a whole lot of like necessarily huge things. Like, I've got a few things I'm really excited about. Some of them I'll show you on the haul show on Sunday. I got like Nautica, Polo Ralph Lauren. I found some Nike. I found some great t-shirts, vintage t-shirts. Got some really good stuff. And I'll actually, I'll save the Nautica for the show on Sunday. So if you're not familiar with Nautica, you don't know how to identify when something's vintage, I will be showing those. I'll show you some comparisons between newer tags and the vintage tags so that you can get better at spotting when something is worth picking up or not picking up. And so if you tune in for our live show on Sunday, I will show you some of that stuff with Nautica. But yeah, I've had some really fun stuff. Now, okay, so I was saying I was feeling like I had some good luck coming my way and I was pretty excited. Okay, guys, seriously, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? I don't know if you're ready for this. Check it out. Check out what I found. Burrito. Now look, this one, it says burrito underneath the burrito cat. But how awesome is that? Now, this one is missing the side of guacamole. And yeah, and the pico de gato is not there, but seriously, how awesome is this? I'm thinking I had to pick it up. I'm not going to sell it because I mean, I don't sell stuff like this. It's not vintage. I mean, it's really, there's probably like a million of these out there. Like maybe I could sell it for $8 on eBay. So, but I did grab it anyway because I think this shirt is hilarious and it makes me happy. And so maybe I'll do it as like a giveaway at some point to one of you guys. I mean, it's a size medium and it's a small medium at that. So it might, maybe you have like a kid or something like that who would wear this. It's pretty tiny. I wear size medium t-shirts, but this one's like pretty small. So, but I thought it was pretty hilarious and hopefully a good sign that like the rest of my day is going to go well. Either this is it and it's going to be all downhill from here, or I am just starting out an awesome sourcing day. I'm pretty excited. I will show you another thing that I got. I was actually, I had gone through all the jackets already and I was going through the sweatshirts, and one of the workers there came over and like threw a couple more jackets up on the rack. And I actually ended up getting both of them. So I grabbed them like the second they hit the rack. This is a Great Britain Olympic. This is Team Great Britain. It's an Olympic tracksuit. It's got the Olympic rings there. And then it says, it's actually from You can see on the back, Great Britain, 2004 Olympic team. So this is it's a really cool looking jacket. Now I looked it up. It's not Nike, it's not Adidas. I looked it up and there weren't any other ones available right now. I did see one sold and it only sold for $19.99 and plus shipping. But here's the thing, they did it as an auction, so it only had 2 bids on it. And here's the thing with auctions. Unless you have something that's super rare that a lot of people are looking for, that's going to start like a bidding war. When you do an auction, let's say you do a 7-day auction. If nobody that wants that particular item sees it within that 7 days time, they're not going to know to bid on it, right? So it's like you got to have like a great listing. You need to be like having some sort of marketing plan for it to get the word out. And otherwise you're just relying on people just finding it organically on the site, which again, sometimes, let's say you have a vintage pair of Adidas shoes from the 70s, or let's say, I don't know, something that's like super rare that people are looking for. I mean, yeah, there could be a bidding war. You could end up selling something for like $1,000. Who knows? You never know. But I'm more of the mind now that people are kind of past the whole auction phase for the most part. They want things now. When they find it, they want to get it right now. They're willing to pay more money for it. And so a lot of times when you do auctions, you actually end up underselling your item. And that's where people end up selling things for too cheaply. So when I see something, when I only see one comp and I see that it went for $19.99, but it was on an auction, I don't necessarily see that as like that's the most I could sell it for. I'll look at other things. I can go on WorthPoint. I can see if more of them have sold over the past however many years. And then I can just like price it higher and like wait for somebody to come along that wants to get it, because that's the thing. It's like if you price things up a little higher and don't do auction, and if you're not sure, price it super high. If you're not sure, like, make sure you have a really good quality listing. Make sure you have great pictures. Make sure you're putting it in the right category and you have good policies. You really want to, I won't say perfect, because nobody perfects their listing style. I don't think mine's perfect. I always have room for improvement. I'm going to keep improving as I go. A year from now, I might look back at my listings right now and think, what was I thinking? But you want to make sure that you have a good quality listing, and then list a little higher and see what happens. If you get like 0 response, if you don't have anybody watching it, if you don't have anybody even looking at it, you're not getting any offers, and I do best offer on all my stuff, but if you're not getting any action on it, then maybe you priced it too high and nobody's willing to pay that. But there's nothing wrong with experimenting when you aren't really sure about an item. So something like this, where it's like, I don't really know, like maybe there is demand out there for it. It's a unique item. There aren't a bunch out there. Only one sold and there's none available right now. So I could put it up for maybe $80, and maybe the random person comes along that wants it is going to think that's a fair price to pay. I don't know. We'll check it out. But yeah, I was excited about this, and I was stoked that I grabbed it right when it went out on the rack. And that's also one of the things that I really like about Savers or Value Village, if you're in a state where they're called Value Village. What I really like about them is they have great merchandise, and they do lots of really good sales. But the best part is that they are constantly putting stuff out. Like anytime I'm in there, if I'm in there for a half an hour, they might go through 5-6 racks of clothing that they put out. If I'm there for an hour, it might be like 10, 15. Like they churn the stuff out like nobody's business. And so you hang out there for a while, you're gonna find something cool, or you could go every single day and you're gonna find something different. So it's really, I love the way it works as far as like a reseller goes. I don't go to Goodwill here, but when I went to Goodwill back in Oregon, which Goodwill was my main place I went to, but man, they were so slow at getting new stuff out. Like they would have a rack that they were putting stuff away on, and it would be out there, like I wouldn't even necessarily see anybody put anything away. But here it's like you constantly see them coming out and putting out new stuff. And so that turnover means that, it doesn't matter that I shopped here today, somebody else can come and go in there tomorrow and they might get better stuff than what I got today, or they might come in a couple of hours and find like some really cool stuff. And especially the stuff that I'm looking for, like the more unique stuff, hopefully the higher value stuff, it's gonna go fast. So if you're there when it comes out and you snatch it up, like you are in luck. So I was pretty happy with everything I found here, and now I'm gonna go to the next place and hopefully I have some good luck in there, and I will see you on the flip side. So now this is vintage Tommy Hilfiger. You can see the tag right here. Tommy jeans, vintage. But really, it's like $10.99, 25% off that. It's just not worth it, because there's nothing really distinguishing about this. There's no, it's got like the tiny flag on the cuff here. bottom of the sleeve, but it's like, it's not really gonna sell. You're not gonna be able to get anything for it, and you certainly shouldn't be spending $7-8 for it, so yeah, pass. Guys, I'm pretty sure this shirt is made with solid gold. Blingity blingity bling, because they're charging $17.49 for it. Actually, this brand, Cavi, I don't know, it's 4XL, so it's a good size. You know, this shirt actually could probably sell for about 30 bucks. Maybe a little more because of the size. But seriously, $17.49? Not gonna happen. I just finished up in my second store, and it wasn't anything too crazy. I ended up spending $67.28 after tax, and again 25% off discount. I got 14 items. A couple of them are actually things I'm going to keep for myself, so it's not all stuff that I thrifted, but I will show you a couple of things that I got. Now, first of all, I got for myself, I'm pretty stoked about this. These are brand new. They're actually like, they're bowling shoes, obviously, and I'm assuming they're rental shoes because you can see it's got like the size in the back. That's right, I'm an 8.5 men's, 10 women's, but they're brand new Cobra bowling shoes. And the reason I got these, they were $24.99, and then 25% off of that. The reason I got these actually is because we went bowling recently and it was super fun, and we were talking about doing it more often, and it's kind of gross, you know, renting the shoes. You're putting your feet where other people's, I mean, I know they spray the disinfectant, but it's a little bit gross, so it'd be nice to have like my own shoes. These, as far as resale, they're brand new. They've never been used. I see they go for about $50, so not a great flip. Paying $25, even 25% off, not a great flip, but for just buying for myself, definitely a decent price. And I think they're super cool, and I'm totally gonna wear these. And now I have to go bowling to take care of that, to make up for like spending money on that. So I gotta start saving money and do lots of bowling, and maybe get a little better at it in the meantime. Okay, now I almost never buy shoes when I'm out thrifting. I don't really like buying the used shoes, you know, because I do a lot of streetwear stuff, and usually it's like they want it in such excellent condition. Plus, I'm just not really like a big expert, and also, I hardly ever find like that great of sports shoes when I'm out anyway. And so I tend to not really look in the shoes that much. And I do sell a lot of shoes, but they're all stuff that I do through retail arbitrage. So I buy a lot at like the Adidas outlet, and at like Ross and Burlington. But anyway, but I saw these, and they're Nike shoes, and here you go, Nike Air, and it says on the front, Air Fresh. And to be honest, like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not an expert on shoes. They're, some of the nicer, some of the Nike stuff can be faked, and sometimes they're not legit shoes, so I wasn't entirely sure. So I went ahead and looked these up, and so just so you know, on Nikes, if you look here, there's a 3-digit number followed by a dash followed by a 3-digit number. Let's see if I can get in there. If it will focus. Do you see that? It's right there. So that number is actually the style number. So the first 3 or the first 6 digits are just like the make of the shoe, like the type of the shoe. So these are Nike Zoom Alphalution shoes that came out in 2009. And so for one thing, if you look up this number and you're able to find like the exact same shoe with the number, and you can see like the year and it all matches up, then I take that as a pretty good sign that they're legit shoes. Anybody, if any of you out there have any input on that, let me know. But anyway, the 367171, that's just telling you that this is a Nike Zoom Alphalution shoe that came out in 2009. And then there's a 3-digit number after that with a dash, and it is 062, and that's actually telling you what the colorway is. So when you, if you're ever not sure about a Nike shoe, like what it's called, or you want more information about the exact shoe, if you go into just regular Google and just go, you know, Google like Nike and then do that 6-digit number and then the 3-digit number, there most likely will be information, and then you'll know exactly what the shoe is, what it's called, when it came out, and it'll make it easier for you listing it. You can also put that number directly into eBay, because some sellers, and I usually do it, some sellers put those numbers in their actual listing title, and so then even better, it'll be easy for you to find comps for it. I like to put those numbers in there just because when I am selling shoes, I want, you know, if there's somebody who knows exactly what shoe they're looking for, I want them to be able to find it by putting those numbers in. Anyway, so I looked this one up. There aren't any, there aren't like a lot of comps. The one comp I was able to find for this exact same shoe, somebody has it listed, it's a different size. They have it listed for $111 plus shipping. I don't know if it's going to sell for that much. I paid, let's see, the tag says $17.99, so I paid 25% off of that. So I figured, you know, I could make some money off of that. It is brand new, like you can tell by the soles, like nobody's worn these shoes, they haven't been used. And you look in the inside and it looks really good too. So I know that these, this is like a brand new pair of shoes. So $17.99 plus a 25% off discount, not a bad price. I will say that on the toes, they're a little bit like, I don't know if it was how they were stored or what, but I'm hoping that I can do something to try to kind of reshape that so it's not bent like that. I don't know if anybody out there, if you guys know anything about shoes, about sneakers, how to do that, because I do know that, you know, like I said, guys who like to collect like the streetwear stuff and shoes, they really like them to be in pristine condition. So if you have any suggestions or tips for me on how to kind of reshape that, I don't know. I'm thinking I'll just stuff it with something for a while and see if that will help. I don't know. So yeah, so I picked these up and then I got like a bunch of t-shirts and stuff like that again. And that's pretty much how this trip went. It's getting a little toasty in this car. I guess you're supposed to crack the window when you leave somebody in the car, right? So I better turn it on so I can get some air conditioning going in here, and then I'm gonna head to the next spot. Just finished up at this third stop. And for sourcing, it was pretty much a bust. Like, I got a handful of t-shirts, and a polo shirt, but overall, nothing like crazy exciting. Not really a whole lot in the store worth reselling, or at least the areas that I looked. No jackets, no sweatshirts, nothing really that great. But I hit a jackpot when it comes to t-shirts for me. Anyway, actually, this is like crazy because earlier I found that burrito shirt, like that's just like the one that I'm wearing. Like seriously, I don't know what's going on, but if you watched the live video last night, the last day of Boss Up and List, the live show, I was wearing this t-shirt that my friend Dana gave me, that's like Notorious CAT as I call it. It's like Biggie Cat wearing a Coogee sweater and holding a stack of cash. Seriously guys, I just found the exact same t-shirt. Like it says Everyday Struggle on the side of it. This cat is cool. Anyway, so I went ahead and grabbed it because I'm like, I found that burrito one earlier, so I'll probably use this one for a giveaway as well. I don't know if there's anyone out there that actually wants to wear a shirt like this like I do, but I think it's pretty hilarious. But you will not believe this next shirt that I found. I am super excited about it. Check it out. Top cat. You got your top gun, you got your top cat. You got your top gun, you got your top cat. Ridiculous. I love this, and it's my size, so it's actually gonna fit me. I have a feeling that Victoria's going to kill me because I have so many shirts that they can't even all fit in my drawer or in the closet. So I'm probably gonna have to go home and do a bunch of purging of, I've got, you know, I'm sure all of you guys, you just end up with like old clothes that you never wear. So I'm sure I've got a lot of stuff that I could actually get rid of, but seriously, top cat, top gun, top cat. I love it. All right, I'm gonna head to the last spot. And I don't know, it's like I had that first haul, the first score that I went to earlier today that was like huge, and now it just keeps getting smaller and smaller, but at least I'm still finding fun stuff, even if I can't find a lot to resell. But I'm gonna go to the last one, and maybe I will have a big shebang and find something cool to end the day on. So, all right, let's go check it out. Wow, what a day, what a day. I just finished up at the last stop, and I got a few good things. I got a couple of jackets and some sweatshirts and some t-shirts that should do well. Nothing crazy, but I'm pretty happy with it. I got 7 items, spent $47.44 after tax, which isn't too shabby, and actually not everything is something I'm gonna sell. I don't know what the deal is today with cat stuff. It's just ridiculous. But seriously, I was walking by the shoes. Again, I don't usually buy shoes. But look at this. Look at these. Look at these. These are Vans and they've got kitties all over them. They're like rainbow with cats. They're vans. Now vans, you know, most of the time they don't go for a lot, but it kind of depends on what they are. I just grabbed these because I thought they were funny. They're not the right size for me. Otherwise, you know, I would be wearing them, but they're about, I can handle an 8 men's size Vans, but normally I'm really more of an 8.5, and these are, they're 7.5 men's. So just a little bit, they would be too small for me. But anyway, I went ahead and like looked them up just to see, and I was actually somewhat surprised at the comps, but I guess I shouldn't have been. But they just, you know, depending, they go, I saw ones that went for over $100, some that are 100, some that go for 60. Obviously if they're new, then they're going to go for more. But it looks like, you know, if I clean these up a little bit, they could potentially go for like $50, if not a little more, depending on what sizes are available, if I get them in good shape. So I'm thinking that, right? But then I noticed that there is like a tiny little, you probably can't see it on the camera, but there is like a tiny little tear in the fabric. So I'm actually not even going to try to sell these because I think they're super cool and I think somebody could be really happy with them. But as far as reselling, it kind of brings the value down. So I'm probably going to see, I'm going to see if my friend Dana wants them. I think they're a little big for her, but I'll see if they fit her and maybe she'll want them. If she doesn't, maybe my sister will. But somebody who can enjoy the magic that is these sweet, sweet Van shoes. I love Vans, so I'm kind of bummed that they won't fit me. And I can't have one more thing to drive Victoria crazy over. But I just had to grab them, right? They were $11.99 and then 25% off of that. So they were like $9. So pretty good deal on these sweet, sweet shoes. Anyway, so that's it for me today. I'm going to head home and kind of, you know, unpack everything and go through it all, kind of get it organized. And then probably do like a couple of listings, not from these, but some other stuff they already have pictures of. And I'll probably work on getting photos of everything that I got today tomorrow. But yeah, so, you know, if you haven't already today, why don't you go ahead right now and go and just do like at least 2 listings. Even if it's just 2 listings, do 2 new listings. Keep the activity going in your store. If you don't have time or you don't have anything to list right now, go and sort your listings by the date that they started. Find your oldest 2 listings, end them, do sell similar on each of those, rework the title, rework your policies, whatever you need to do to update those listings, make them a little bit better than they were when you originally posted them, whenever that was. If it was a year ago, months ago. Just get 2 new listings or 2 reworked listings up with sell similar to keep the activity going, because you really, it's, you know, it's all about, Boss Up is all about, you know, taking responsibility for the direction of your life. It's about taking control of your own success and looking at things from a positive, proactive way instead of reactive. And I want you guys to be successful, and I want you to be able to do everything that you've ever wanted to do. I want you to be able to grow your stores, grow your business, and do better just in your life. So please just go out, do 2 listings, either new or do 2 reworked ones. Do that today and keep doing that every day, and you are going to see great things happen. Boss up.